Welcome to Senior Insights. Come on in, get a seat, settle down, stop yakking. I've got to talk. I love you guys, you know that? I really do. I love the fact that you're here this morning and fighting over chairs. It's awesome. There's somebody who doesn't like that, so be careful. Have you ever noticed that even in broken pieces, the light finds a way out? I'm going to show you something that I made. Can you see this? Isn't that exactly the way life is, full of broken pieces that be kind of held together in a way that finally lets the light through? We don't stay perfectly polished and uncracked. We get bumped. We get chipped. Sometimes we downright shatter. How many times have you felt like, I can't handle this pain, I'm going to die today, or let me die, because I can't take any more? How many times we've all dealt with birth, death, marriage, unmarriage, divorce, fires, bankruptcies, and I'm sure there are a million other things that you people have gone through. But you're here. You survived. So what do you suppose happened? Just because you had all those things, just because you're cracked inside, doesn't mean that you're useless. Absolutely not. It's actually, those cracks are where the beauty comes from. You are beautiful. You are a walking, talking miracle. Every one of you is wonderful. But you have lived through hell and back. You survived, and yet you still find a way to make people feel better. Yesterday you were all comforting me and worrying about me and all that when I was wah-wah-wahing about poor me, all the things I have to do. How am I going to do it? And do you know all the caring and love that came from you? That's beauty. And you've probably had a child die, or you had a house fire and lost everything, or you live on the streets. I don't know what you've been through. I can only guess. I know what I've been through, and I think it's a miracle that I'm here. We're all miracles. We're walking, talking miracles. I try to keep telling you that. It's a miracle. It's a miracle. We are not useless. The cracks are where the light finds us. When I find a piece like this stained glass, I see like every crack, every joint. I see the texture in the glass. Can you see the ripple in the clear glass? And the blue glass has little tiny, very small bubbles in it. The green glass is pretty transparent, but the rippled clear glass is just beautiful, in my opinion. And you can see how it changes depending on where I'm putting it and what's the background is. So I felt like I was doing the sign of the cross when I was doing it. Sorry about that. So those cracks, they're not hidden in the stained glass. All that lead and all those joineries, you can see. That's what holds the glass together. All those cracks, they're what hold you together. They're what shaped you. Your experiences were different than mine. Your heartaches were different than mine. And they shaped you differently. You don't have to forget the cracks. How can you forget some of them? You can try to forget them, but you don't have to live in them. You don't have to commiserate about them all the time. You know, like me yesterday, whining about how tired I was and how I wanted to stay in bed. You have to figure out how to get through them. And then you are in the process of shaping the masterpiece. You got to admit, those stained glass pieces are pretty good. And they were painstakingly done. Think about this. Without a gap, the light can't get through. The light can't get through. So you have to have gaps. You have to have cracks. Sometimes we close things off if we're having a bad time or a painful time or a hurtful time. We kind of box it up and compartmentalize. I do that very, very well. And then you don't really deal with it, and it doesn't seem to affect you. You're thinking that you're compartmentalizing it because it will protect you somehow or other. But the very thing that we're covering up could be where hope slips in. Could be. You'll have to keep trying. In stained glass, you actually cut the pieces on purpose. Cutting stained glass is a lot of fun. The first time I did it, you can hear the, I don't know what the sound is, but when you put the glass cutter across the glass, and then you put it on the edge of the workbench and you snap it, and you get a clear cut. How amazing is that? I can cut glass. It's pretty amazing. When I think about even myself and all the cracks and all the things that I have dealt with, the light still shines through. There is still hope. There's still beauty for us all. If you cut the openings on purpose, you're doing it so that the light can shine through, so you have a variation in light. If you cut all the pieces the same color of glass, well, the light still sort of comes through. It shows through, but it doesn't look anywhere near as beautiful as when you make those spaces intentional. So life is like that, with no glow. When we've been worn thin, those are the exact spots where we discover strength and joy again. Think about it. You're here. You went through all that, and you're still here. You're having coffee with me. Be kind of snarky to the person next to you, fighting over the chairs. I know. I see it. I can see it in the background. If you've ever noticed, a stained glass piece, like I have right now, doesn't look the same all day long. I can't demonstrate that for you, but I'm going to show you another piece that I made. I have several, but these are my favorite ones. This is a Kayla lily. And the light shines through it differently depending on where it is. It really is different. It's probably more noticeable on the iris, the light, and how it looks different. If I was skilled, I'd be able to show you these things, with fancy stuff, but I don't know how to do that. It's coming though, maybe someday. Who knows? So morning light is soft and warm and gentle. Afternoon is light and bright and bold, and the sunset brings warmth. Completely different, with a shift in time or perspective. And sometimes That's the same thing that happens to us when we're going through something. All I can use is that example yesterday where I was whining and carrying on to you, my friends. Today, I'm happy. I'm joyful. I'm letting the beauty shine through because I stopped and I thought about it and I figured out how I'm going to deal with all this crap. I feel back in control again. Suddenly, just by doing that, the whole scene looks brighter. I look brighter. I can talk brighter. I should sing you a song. Terry told us about her karaoke singing. She has 10 songs that she sings. Sandy, I mean. Why did I say Terry? It's Sandy. I'm glad I caught that because Sandy, it's bad enough I already lost that first card she had sent me. So, one of my favorite things about stained glass is that even on the cloudiest day, the light still comes through. It's softer. And yes, it's still there. So that means when you have cracks or you're compartmentalized something, the light is still there. You have to let it out. That's how hope, H-O-P-E, works. You might not feel it like the blazing hot sun, but it never disappears. It's just waiting for a moment to share, to shine, not share, to shine. We're trying to shine through the cracks. Have you got that? Have you got that message yet? Anyway, maybe that's the kind of hope we need sometimes. The gentle light that's enough to help keep us going. We need to let our light shine through. So I am going to say again, life's cracks are not something to hide. They are where the magic happens. The next time you feel a little broken, remember, you might be just in the perfect position for the light to shine through. Tell me in the comments, when was there a time when you felt like the light shined through and found its way into your life? You people, there are people out there, I can tell just by the comments, you're beautiful, wonderful, loving people. But I'm sure you went through all these things. So share with us. And make sure you come back tomorrow. I'm going to say goodbye. Please like and subscribe. I haven't been saying that lately, but I'm going to start saying it again. So there. I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.